If you told my youth that I'd be alive to see 26, they would suffocate under an oath and a panic, and to know it that they will have a future to contend with. Back then, I thought that there was a certainty that I would be dead long before now. But you know what they say, those who want to live the least, live the longest. And as the day crawls, and the years sped past, hoping my demise dissolve into westward with the implication of living through adulthood, to soothe the train that followed the well-traveled path that defined many childhoods, and that's it from the hellhole faith preached by the round table lottery winners, singing about prophecies of profitable past that a working class owner with more mental illness than connection could secure a spot in the highly competitive meat grind. Yet when you're young, scared, and inexperienced, the interior look gorgeous, alluring, secure. They don't show that the industry requires be an entrepreneur, work on unscheduled 80-hour work week, try to sell a product nobody wants or needs, and an economy that struggle to keep a roof over their head. And that optimistic, that one person that stay in your lane and keep working on itself, never vary off the road through the pressure of life, or get onto a different interstate in a spark of opportunity or panic. Specializing for 10 for the hours, so you can have a chance in the lottery to be crushed by the apathetic gears with sulfur teeth. I realize either early or way too late that I didn't have a hope in hell the right personality to make it. With a word process resembling the cycle of building and burning, rebuilding and burning my portfolio, and flare it to disavow their life, achieve their dream that I know will crush me at best. Every time I crawl right back, pick up the acid, and try to reconnect the pebbles and memories into where I last left off. However, I can never keep the inferno at bay long enough to see my project sprout. I wish I could find a fountain of purpose that would content me on a singular path. I'm a collection of conflicting selves and a wall of sparking electricity. In school, I could imagine my future as anything but a failure. Above having on paper, below acceptable and impressive. Graduation killed my own comfort by destroying the last milestone I could hide behind. I spend the summer in existential pain of a non-existent purpose, not truly processed the little time for the future I dreaded to death. Living on borrowed time, I owe myself more debts than I could ever repay. Now I need to be a body of value instead of a leaky valve of burdens, while watching people beaten into insects, shedding their bodies to live in their multi-skin for survival. I tried to force the metamorphosis, chewing on leaves of psychological books, rewritten to resume, and reasserting that the future is going to be okay. At the end of the day, I failed to metamorphosize into someone who could withstand the pain, and all I've done is stand still, anxious about the fact that I have yet to grow any wings, that I have yet to grow a hunger for a more mature diet. Nor on earth am I to chance, self-kiss saw my transformation into a higher gear and understand the point of survival beside fear. I yearn for a purpose to soothe irritation and not having anything to live for. But why do I care? And why can't I not care? Am I insane for screaming to the digital void like a gambler throwing away the life saving on the slush, hoping to defeat the faith of millions of bankrupt gamblers before them? My second biggest fear is the possibility that there is an answer to my distress. My biggest fear is that I live a full life and regret not killing myself. The future leave me paralyzed and acidotic migraine. But I can only thank for nerves that cut through the source in my brain. I am a body that can never accept a rational reason for living, yet can also never accept a life without a rational reason. So I end up crushed between two tectonic plates. And I know about the philosophy of subjective meaning, but I can't be content with objectivism. Because yet objectivism that is self-aware of a non-existent. Like an atheist that still attend a church and pray to a god. I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm not sure about the future of the channel, so I hypothesize there will be some poetry, some music, maybe some more personal essay, or maybe some other thing I haven't considered yet. This channel is just a place for me to release ideas and thoughts into the world that, if I keep to myself, will continue to batter my head like a bunch of bowling balls, propelled by the unstoppable force. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to schedule a psych evaluation. I hope you have a slightly better than average day. I'm not really good at goodbye.